Welcome to Follow the Brand TV. I am your host, Grant McGaugh, CEO of STAR BDM, a 5-star personal brand and business development company. B for brand, D for development, and M for masters. Today, I'm going to take you on a journey through another deep dive into the world of personal branding and business development using compelling personal stories, business conversations, and tips to improve your brand. By watching the Follow the Brand TV series, you will learn how to differentiate yourself from the competition and build trust with prospective clients. As the saying goes, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So make it one that will set you apart, build confidence, and reflect who you are. Building your 5-star personal brand is a great way to improve your skills and knowledge. If you have any questions for me or any of my guests, please email me at grant.mcgaugh@5starbdm.com. Now, let's jump into our next episode on Follow the Brand TV. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to the Follow the Brand TV show on the IBM TV network. I am your host, Grant McGaugh, CEO of 5-Star BDM, where we help you build a 5-star brand that people can follow. Tonight, I will take you on a journey on how to sell multi-million-dollar deals. So when I was working as a telephony solution provider in South Florida in 2000, 22 years ago, I sold 10 deals over $1 million in revenue over 10 years. I want to share important details and tips as I tell the story to help you achieve success in your chosen field of business. Selling hardware and software technology solutions to large enterprise-sized businesses requires a different approach than selling to small and medium-sized enterprises. As a founder, CEO, and technical business development executive, I've spent my 25-year career selling to medium, large, and enterprise companies nationwide. Over my career, the average deal size was $50,000 to $250,000, with 10 of those deals being over $1 million, and the largest was $1.6 million. The largest deal was also my first 7-figure capital sales deal, whose story I will detail tonight. When I started on the ground floor as one of a few salespeople for a small systems integrator in South Florida in 1999, I recently moved into the area and I wanted to make my mark as quickly as possible. My goal tonight is to humbly share my perspectives on what I've experienced and learned while selling my first multi-million-dollar deal. The first thing I had to do was assess my current situation as a new account executive. Now, the company I worked for was a well-known distributor of fax machines, and they had just gotten a reseller license to sell telephony equipment of a certain manufacturer. I was assigned the newly opened Miami office with no buying accounts. So I started with no accounts or established relationships with a new product line in a city where I was more a tourist than a businessman. So I did the first thing that most people do when they come to Miami. I went to the beach. Now, please don't misunderstand. I didn't go to the beach for fun. It was strictly business. I researched and knew that tourism and hospitality were the top commercial industries in Miami-Dade County. I knew from my research that many of the hotels were upgrading their services to compete for business, which meant a lot of renovations in the air, specifically on Miami Beach. I set my sights on the most iconic hotels on the beach to create my target account list, including brands like the Raleigh Hotel, the Delano, the Lowe's, the Eden Rock, the Fontainebleau Miami Beach, and many more. So in 1999, in the hospitality business, the hotels no longer made money on using the phones in the room with the rise of mobile phones by the guests. A lot of people, they might remember the huge, outrageous long distance charges you would get on your bill. So everybody used their mobile phones. However, they had to maintain working phones in each room by county code for 911 purposes. Also, there were many renovation projects going on, which meant new investments in telephone systems. So the first lesson, and this will be a teaching as well as a story, the first lesson is you must have a well thought out strategy before beginning the sales execution process. Before you hit the street, you must have a plan. So for me, I first called the telecommunications department of each hotel that I just named and got a hold of the telecom director and let them know I could supply room phones at a discounted price. I knew this would probably be something they would be very, very interested in at the time of renovation. I got an appointment at the famous Fontainebleau Hotel, the largest and most luxurious hotel in Miami Beach, and found out they were having trouble getting supplies from their current vendor. Remember, they've got like 25, 3,000, maybe 4,000 phones in this property. Since I was local and had stock available, I quickly established a relationship with the telecom director and made some small transactional telephone sales. Man, that's very, very commoditized. The telecommunications director liked me and let me know that next door at the iconic Eden Rock Hotel, they were doing a Y2K upgrade on their telephone system. Now, if you don't remember Y2K, that was when everyone thought the computers would stop working in the year 2000 because of a computer glitch that never really happened. Also, if you're not familiar with the history of either the Fontainebleau Hotel or the Eden Rock Hotel, they are the hotels where the famed Rat Pack would entertain. We're talking about Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis, and Joey Bishop. Movies like The Goldfinger with Sean Connery, remember James Bond, right? Scarface with Al Pacino, and The Bodyguard with Whitney Houston were also shot on location right there at the Fontainebleau and the Eden Rock. If anybody can remember what it looked like in the back cabana and in the ocean in the back. So through the telecom director's relationship and the Fontainebleau Hotel partnership at the time with the Eden Rock, I was able to secure an appointment with the Eden Rock general contractor in charge of the telephony upgrade. So we're going to stop here, talk about a second lesson. The second lesson that I would like you to take notes on, and that is start small, sell what you can, and create value and relationships. Trust is king in this business. Remember, I was starting to establish a relationship, but more importantly, building a brand reputation on Miami Beach as someone who could get sought after telephony equipment at a low economical price. Now, here is where it gets complicated. I had little to no experience working with the large PBX telephony system, and neither did my company. Remember, they sold fax machines and small, we call key systems. I would need experienced engineering help to get an accurate quote. The Eden Rock general contractor needed to get 3 quotes to get upper management approval to move forward with the project. Now, time was of the essence. You remember, it was Y2K. This is 1999. It's summer. We got to get this thing done. It was right around the corner. So one of the quotes was coming directly from the sales team of the telephone system manufacturer. So I would need to be aggressive. I had to be knowledgeable and demonstrate what it took to win the deal. I had to be very aggressive. So I got some guidance from the manufacturer channel sales support, and they helped me ask the right questions. Remember, I was a novice at this time. I didn't really know. I had to find somebody that had more knowledge than I did to get an accurate quote back to the client. Now, to my surprise, after I submitted the bid, my price was the lowest of the 3, and I won a significant deal for about $100,000. This was fantastic. I was very thrilled with myself, very proud of myself. However, the margins to winning were tiny, which resulted in a very low commission check. Lesson number 3, play to win the game and have sufficient margin in the deal, no matter how big, to pay yourself to warrant the time and the energy to win. Make a note of that. A couple of things had now happened to me after that deal closed. I had established myself in the hospitality industry in South Florida as a go-to person for telephony equipment. Secondly, I was now on the radar of a significant Fortune 500 telephony company that had been beaten. I had beaten its highly trained direct sales team. They were taking note. Now, how did this lead to a multi-million-dollar deal? First, after the Eden Rock deal, I started working in Broward County near Fort Lauderdale instead of Miami-Dade County. Broward County had a different sales manufacturing representative of telephony equipment, and he had heard about some of the deals that I had won down in Miami Beach. So a big telephony RFP was coming out, and it was for the famed Diplomat Hotel in Hollywood, Florida. There was a change in policy now for the telephony company that the sales rep who'd worked for, had that territory, had to sell deals indirectly to channel partners like the company I worked for. So now we weren't in direct competition, unlike what had happened in Miami Beach. So the manufacturer rep now wanted to have me work to bid on this project. Now, the Diplomat Hotel is also just as famous as the Fontainebleau. Famous entertainers like Bing Crosby, Xavier Cugat, Milton Berle, Bill Cosby, Woody Allen, Lena Horne, Joan Rivers, and Judy Garland were frequent guests from the 1950s to the 1990s. Lawrence Welk filmed his first TV show from the hotel in 1962, as did the Jackie Gleason Show, and Arthur Godfrey taped his radio show starting there in 1965. Harry Truman and every U.S. president since 1974, including Ronald Reagan, have addressed labor unions at the hotel. The hotel was demolished in 1998 to make way for a brand new, beautiful property. If you have time, take a look at it. So in late 1999, just 1 year into my South Florida lifestyle, I was about to work on one of the most significant renovation construction projects in Broward county history. The hotel already had a small telephony system in place at its small location near the Intercoastal that was sold by the Broward County sales representative a year before. The local rep for the account dropped off the RFP at our office for me to review and begin an incredible journey in sales. The account executive became the closest person I had ever had as a mentor in this business. He taught me how to exude executive presence, to be the brand in the boardroom. Never waver or discount your price unless the client offers value in return. His confidence in his product was best of breed, and he never went into a meeting without his sales engineer, his technical support. I never saw him without a suit coat and a tie. That was standard. He told me that he could not attend any of the meetings with me at the Diplomat Hotel until I got selected on the short list of the potential vendors. So I had meetings with him to get briefed on the engineered solution at my office. He sold the original small facility deal a year before, so he knew what they already had installed. But he did not have a relationship with the new director, telephony director, that was now in place. As I read through the RFP requirements, I saw the name and contact information of the telecommunications director for the hotel. Now, that's gold to me. I used the same strategy as I did, with the Fontainebleau Hotel. All right. So lesson number 4, find out what are the technical pain points. Who is benefiting from this deal on the technical side of the ball? Go to these people first. They're going to be the most interested in what you're doing, especially if you're doing hardware, software, sales, and technology. Now, I will tell you more of this story right after this commercial message from our sponsor.
Follow the Brand TV broadcast host, Grant McGaugh, as he visits with top executives and entrepreneurs to find out their secrets of success with their personal brand. Follow the Brand TV broadcast host as he focuses on brand development to build better relationships, bring value to your business, relationships, and career. You will enjoy listening to each episode that is tailored to speak to you directly. If you're looking for this type of clarity in terms of building your brand, you have tuned into the right station. Each episode will help you to shape a conversation in the 5-Star BDM network of 20,000 professionals and become a springboard for your corporate engagement and business opportunities. Each guest will frame their story in the areas of personal branding, business development, career development, financial empowerment, and technology innovation. Grant McGaugh explains why he is the CEO and owner of his own professional career. Grant is an accomplished business leader and entrepreneur who wants to give back to individuals to grow their personal brand strategy. Tune in as he weaves his story about new possibilities, while to you exceed expectations. If you love storytelling, this show will make for fun.
It's time for you to start bossing in social media. For all your social media needs, you've come to the right place at the right time to get your website designed, landing page, social media platforms, and get the training you need to get in front of the people that's ready to buy your products and services. Let me train you with StreamYard, Zoom, Clubhouse, and much more. And let me help you get your virtual professionals, not assistants, because assistants can only assist you, but the virtual professional can give you that professional flavor that you need to expand your reach and increase your revenue. Jump on in and get in where you fit in and start bossing today.
Hi, I am Johanna Sparrow. I am an author, storyteller, visionary, content creator, writer, publisher, and life coach. I've written over 100 books in various genres: self-help, short stories, spiritual growth, memoirs, and children's books. Those titles are Dismissive Avoiding in Love, Bruised Hearts, Black Blood, Helen's Scars, A Life of Turmoil, Mildred, Secrets and Lies, Bullies in the Family, Breakthrough, Sabotage, Fearful Avoiding in Love, Anxious Avoiding in Love, Little Miss Maple book series, BJ Breeze Benjamin series, Amazing Early Childhood Learning book series, and Reggie the Jazz Cat, just to name a few. I've also written and published a variety of articles and blogs on various topics, from relationship issues to spiritual growth. As you can see, I love writing. Genius is common.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children, with caring mentors and hands-on activities, with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle, with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being, with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I hope you are enjoying the show so far. So I'm going to continue with my story, the journey to $1 million deal. So the next thing I had to do, I had to get the telecommunications manager on the phone so I could ask him just, some very simple preliminary questions. And these are personal questions, I can ask him that he probably wouldn't have a problem answering. So I learned he had just came over from another property in Miami-Dade County, but he was familiar with a different phone system than the one currently being used by the hotel that he worked at. The director, he was quite a character. I mean, something out of a movie. That's a story for another day. He had worked for a local bell company for years, but left to work at another famous resort in Doral, Florida, near the airport with a great golf course. Now, he had been tasked to manage the current system that he did not have a great deal of experience with, which was a big challenge for him. Now, he was an expert at structured cabling and essential telephony functions, but he had never programmed this current system at the diplomat's smaller property, which was across on the intercoastal that they had finished first. So he needed some help, but I was there to assist him. So I got the appointment. I came down and we talked. The first thing he said, I need 40 telephony sets right now, this very day. He said, if I could deliver the sets, he would help me to get into this deal. And that's a very tall order, right? So I had a new Motorola text device about this big in my suit jacket pocket. Now, this is one of the first of its kind in 2000 around texting. Remember, this is over 20 years ago. I was able to text my technology officer to see if we had the telephone sets he was looking for in stock. We did. What luck, right? We did. So I looked the director in the eye and told him I would be back in an hour with his order. Now, he was pretty impressed when I came back with his order in brand new boxes ready to be deployed. Now, I earned his respect, but not his trust. Now, earning trust is a much bigger deal, especially when we're talking about a very high visible project. So he needed to understand the RFP blueprint since he didn't write it, right? And it was a system that he was unfamiliar with. He was out of his comfort zone. And he needed someone who could help him to understand the layout so he can communicate that to his bosses. This was precisely the opportunity I needed to add value to his project. I could not use the engineer from the manufacturer. Remember the sales rep, they're already there because they all also were represented by my competitors. So I needed to find an expert who could work with me to deliver engineering support. Now, the new president of my company knew a seasoned engineer who we could use who was outside of Florida. That was the perfect for the task because he wanted to kind of keep this on. He didn't want anyone to know that he really didn't know the system too well. So we were able to get him the right support. He and the telecommunications director were old, both of them were old bellheads, and they hit it off immediately. Now, I had provided value to him twice, and that earned his trust. He was giving me a shot. Now, he was able to add value in important meetings with the construction team from our engineering consultations. That was big for him. So lesson number 5 here, understand the stakeholders in the deal and identify the technical, financial, and political issues. My competitors were both internal and external. Now, my competition, the local bell company, had a lot of leverage since they owned all the infrastructure coming into the hotel, as far as like the phone lines. They could leverage their position to get the telephony system deal along with all the carrier lines that they were going to get anyway. Now, also, other large OEM PBX manufacturers would put in a bid on this deal as well. Remember, this hotel deal was big, it was huge, probably worldwide. The small telephone system already in place gave little leverage to sway a multi-million-dollar investment. The telecommunications director had a lot of moxie and was positioned well with upper management. However, his peers were well positioned also. And it was very uncertain as to what decision would come out of each and every construction meeting that they had. To make matters worse, the manufacturer of the phone equipment that the telephony director was familiar with, they were also putting in a bid. Now I had external competition from the Bell team bidding on the deal with a different system and this other telephone manufacturer, right? That my internal champion was familiar with, they were going to put in a bid. And a host of others who were bidding the same system that I was also bidding. Now, I work for a very small systems integrator with about $10 million in annual revenues. I was going up against Fortune 500 billion-dollar businesses with an army of sales support teams. The task seemed impossible and unlikely that I could win, even get close to winning. So lesson number 6, leverage your assets in the deal by doing your deal SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. I had to step back and really look at the whole situation and realize how I could advance my strengths and lessen my weaknesses in a field of giants. I had to be where my competition was not. My greatest strength was leveraging the small minor telephony system that was already in place and making it pivotal to the overall technological solution so that it would be redundant and that it would have value beyond what it appeared to be. I needed to leverage my relationship with the telecommunications director to understand the value of having a certification on my system that would help him in the long term of his career. I had to add value with my engineering support team to give him the peace of mind that he had the right team behind him to support the installation and the maintenance once it was installed. I used all my strengths and was able to articulate them on paper for the first round of bids to get on the short list. And I did. I got on the short list of the final 3 bidders. My strategy had worked up to this point. I had cleared a significant hurdle, but the work had only begun. The Bell team was also on the short list. And the telecommunications directors they were familiar with the other telephone manufacturer, they were on the short list as well. This is when things get real political in multi-million-dollar deals. Technically, most systems are the same with minor technology differences, which may or may not mean very much to the end user. Pricing will be very similar and within a few percentage points of each other in the eyes of the financial team. The intangibles, the unseen political structure will drive decisions from well-positioned influencers. Now, my mentor comes into the deal equation. He can now work directly with me to get us over the finish line since I was now on the short list and the only company representing his product. We discussed the battleground in the field of generals in this deal. We share information that we could not before to form a new strategy to overcome very formidable competitors. We knew that Bell would come in with a team of 20 people for each meeting to impress the client with their resources and leverage their carrier telephony network. The foreign competitor would come in with incredible pricing to buy the business and leverage the telecommunication manager's understanding of their technology. Our play was to leverage the existing system already installed, expound on the best of breed story, sell the telecommunications manager on our technical support, and discount the total solution. Have to do that in a competitive bid. only way, especially you can't negotiate direct. Now, here's what you don't know. There are other bids on other projects going on during the construction phase. It was decided that the low voltage and telecommunication bids will now be combined together as one package. This completely changed the landscape for everyone involved. I was now working with low voltage contractors who would be a part of the bid. I had no relationships. This wasn't very easy. And my mentor and I had to look at our strategy in a different light. But get this, there was no time. We had to submit our bid to each low voltage contractor, and they would offer the total package to the construction committee for decision. I submitted to all three contractors in hopes we could win. There was no guarantee how this was turn out. However, there was one low voltage contractor who called me into a meeting the night before the final bid was due in. He only wanted to meet with me, not my president, not anyone else, just me. I'll tell you the rest of the story right after this next commercial. Stay tuned.
STAR BDM, Brand Development Masters, is a professional consulting and advisory group keenly focused on business development services for the small to mid-sized business and entrepreneurs. Although every business is unique, they often share business development challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. Services include process improvement and operations, digital strategy and transformation, business intelligence, digital marketing, and personal branding. Our business and personal branding company has helped a number of professionals and organizations to optimize and grow. This results in more business, more opportunities, better reach, positive outcomes. Visit www.5starbdm.com today to learn more.
La connexion. La connexion.
In a world obsessed with the cult of celebrity, I challenge you not to aspire to anyone else's greatness, but instead strive to reveal and ignite the greatness within you.
Are you serious?
I totally think that's it.
Hey. No! Hey! To me, sexy is a man that knows who he is and what he wants.
Okay.
He's comfortable. You look at him, you see him, he's just comfortable being himself. And you're like,
Baby, be you.
Be you, baby.
Just be you. I like it. Introducing the BU collection, exclusively available at K&G Fashion Superstore.
Hello, everyone, and I am glad that you're back. Hope you enjoyed our little intermission. I want to focus on another lesson. This is lesson number 7, and that is know how the customer likes to spend money and what their comfort level is, and be the critical way for a customer to reduce sales friction. Tell me what's going on, what's happening at the financial table. So as we continue, remember I spoke about the political values when working on large capital deals. When the low voltage contractor called me into his office, he told me that the bids have been consolidated because the hotel had to use union labor workers as part of the overall contract. This was an important detail. I began to realize our mutual advantage of our solution. My solution included the OEM manufacturer, which was a union shop made with American technology. My competitors had technology headquartered in another country and did not fall entirely within the union contract. This could be a huge advantage, but we would have to wait until the final decision. We waited for a week or more with no decision who won the bid. Everyone was real quiet during the cone of silence, which is a part of the RFP process. During large deal sales cycles, you have to stay busy selling and to develop other deals while you're working on this large one. There's no guarantee that you will win. Losing with no funnel of other deals is death and a pink slip for a sales representative. I kept selling other deals that I had cultivated in my pipeline. I used my relationships at the Eden Rock and the Fontainebleau hotels in Miami-Dade County as references for the Diplomat deal, which also opened up other doors for me at other hotels. I had made it a niche market for me, and it kept my sales funnel full of opportunities to close deals. But here's the rub with selling telephony equipment to hotels. It is not good business. What do I mean by that? You see, the telephony business thrives on call centers. This is where the big repeat business is. They are the largest consumer of technology, telephony technology, and have the most significant profit margins. Hotels, remember earlier I said hotels don't make money from having a robust telephony system. Not anymore. Not anymore. They buy them because they have to, putting them into what we call a one-off zone. You sell them once and keep moving on to new opportunities in other industries. That is a challenging way to maintain a sustainable telephony business in the hospitality industry. Now, I remember the call when I got it from the telecommunications director at the Diplomat Hotel, Hollywood, Florida. It was a Friday afternoon in the late summer. Everyone was still in the office when they heard we had won the business. It was like Y2K New Year's all over again. We were awarded a $1.6 million contract at the famed Diplomat Hotel. What was the final lesson I learned during my first multi-million-dollar sale? I learned that winning is the reward of good work. I attracted the right people at the right time with my abilities to get the job done. There is no substitute for good work. Put in the work, and the rewards will follow. And oh, by the way, the margins were very lovely in the deal. I took my daughter to Disney World in 2000 for her 7th birthday. It was the best birthday present ever. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to our premiere show on the Follow the Brand TV on the IBM network. 5-Star BDM, our show sponsor, works with you as an executive coach to guide you along the complicated business development road, provides you the enhancement tools and information you need to succeed. Services include business evaluation, strategic planning, and personal brand campaigns to design and facilitate workshops and webinars that empower your business. Now together, me and you, 5-Star BDM will help your organization build a target audience, create a brand presence, build a market plan, contract negotiations if necessary, and pipeline development. We'll evaluate and measure your progress. And best of all, we're right there along the side with you every step of the way. So contact me directly at grant.mcgaugh, that's MCGAUGH at 5starbdm.com for a free half-hour consultation. And we can discuss your particular business or brand development needs, or you can just visit us at 5starbdm.com. Now, I want to do a special shout out to Mark Neely, who does the voiceover on my commercial you heard earlier. The 5-Star BDM team, who's responsible for my video production that you just saw, the podcast audio and the cover art that we have. We've done over 50 shows already. Special shout out to Dr. Eric Kelly and Mark Lee for allowing me to tell the 5-Star BDM story. So I want you to tune in to us every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll have guests. We're going to talk to industry experts. We're going to talk to people just starting out on their entrepreneurial journey. People that need help, or they're willing to help you, whether it's from a personal brand perspective, a career development perspective, business development perspective, financial empowerment, and technology innovation. I applaud all of you for tuning in to me. If you did not get a chance to see the entire show, please, you'll see the replay on the 5-Star BDM network, or again on the IBM TV. So thanks everyone, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you very much. Good night.
Are you aware that showing off your expertise can gain customers and position you as an expert in your industry? Consumers need confidence to purchase, so let us showcase your knowledge by interviewing you for a 3 to 5 minute video. We'll position you as an industry expert with a customized interview style video, and for a limited time, we'll cover all production costs. Click this ad or call now for all the information. You'll want to experience the same 5-star service our customers love. So take advantage of this one-time offer. Click this ad or contact us now.
5-Star BDM, Brand Development Masters, is a professional consulting and advisory group keenly focused on business development services for the small to mid-sized business and entrepreneurs. Although every business is unique, they often share business development challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. Services include process improvement and operations, digital strategy and transformation, business intelligence, digital marketing, and personal branding. Our business and personal branding company has helped a number of professionals and organizations to optimize and grow. This results in more business, more opportunities, better reach, positive outcomes. Visit www.5starbdm.com today to learn more.